Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is AIMAN HAFIZ bin ZULKARNAIN and my metric number is 19-21 F1015 and I will be the candidate A.
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Muhammad ALIF Danial bin Muhammad RUZI. My metric number is 19-21 F1001 and I will be candidate B.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. Hi everyone. My name is MOHAMAD and TASNIM bin KAMARUDIN and my matrix number is 19-21 F1037 and I will be candidate C.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad AZFAR bin Muhammad YUSOF RADZUAN. My matrix number is 19-DAT21F1055. I will be candidate D. Thank you.
Let's jump to our topic today. Today, I would like to present also discuss a hot topic nowadays, that is if digital education has taken over traditional education. Nowadays, digital education is preferred because of the COVID-19 pandemics. As the whole world went through the pandemics, many aspects of the economy got badly affected. One of the severe effect areas is education. So, most of the schools and colleges opted for the digital education. In the other hand, digital education did not let students stay idle during the lockdown. It can be a good idea to introduce digital education, but that has to be carried out simultaneous with traditional education. As the digital education is providing all the comfort to the student, many of them are preferring digital education. However, the environment that a student got in the traditional education and the teaching that physically appearing teacher and provide cannot be provided in digital education. But according to today's scenario, most part of the traditional education has been acquired by digital education. The traditional education that I mean is called also a customary education or conventional education. The main motive of traditional education is to pass on the values, manner skills, and the social practice for the next generation, which is necessary for the survival. In traditional education, the student learns about the custom and tradition of the society in which he lives. Not only that, traditional education makes the class more interactive and interesting. Students can clear their doubts and there, for example, students can meet the lecturer outside the class and discuss their problem directly. Sometimes more information can also be gathered related to the topic when they learn at the time. The traditional education basically does not include written tests, but includes some oral tests, which are not very formal and very far from the use science and technology. Neither the education about science we study today in a great detail is a part to the traditional education system. Traditional education system basically includes the knowledge about customs, traditional, and religions, and that is why it's called traditional education. Short conclusion, traditional education has got ingrained in our mind because it has been practiced and applied to us when we were in the kindergarten until we enter university. Next, I would like to ask candidate B to continue the discussion. Thank you.
Thank you, candidate A. Today, I want to tell you about what modern education is. Modern education offers the ability that are required today, such as scientific and technology skill, medical technology, science, and so on. Writing, visualizing, and thinking skill are all part of modern education. Written tests are also used in the style of schooling to see if the students are learning effectively. This is done in a formal manner. The training technique is very collaborative. Modern education is simply an evolution of the traditional education that a student received a few years ago. Digital education has become so advanced that it makes student burdenless. This is because in modern time we use the internet to serve or learn something new. Modern learning can make to facilitate the affair of each student who learns. For example, the use of Wi-Fi by each student is no doubt. This is because each student can be used the internet easily. Students can find a lot of information at their fingertip. And now I will pass to candidate C to continue our topic. Thank you.
Alright, thank you to candidate B, Alif. Okay, let's go to the next part, that traditional versus modern education. Traditional and modern education are tied to one another while also being distinct. There was a moment in our country early history when there were no schools. Their ancestors provided the children with education and wisdom. This knowledge was limited to simply the skills essential for survival at the time. People who live in the jungles learn how to hunt animals for sustenance, how to use animal skins for various uses, and how to build tools from their forefathers. They were instructed on how to do their rituals or follow their customs. They were educated on the religions they practice. Both the types of education have their own place and importance. We cannot declare any type of education good or bad. Okay, that the traditional was good in its period and the modern education is good in its period too. Actually, it depends on the person. Okay, it depends on what the person want to learn. Okay, that's all from me. Let's move to the next candidate, the AZFAR, to discuss the other thing. Thank you.
Thank you, candidate C, AIMI. I will continue the conclusion of traditional and modern education. The conclusion is, it is difficult to infer that which education is better. Both the types have their own importance, but the types are also similar to each and different to each other. Modern education is inherited from the traditional education, but due to modern education, traditional education is being neglected, which would result in losing our culture. The traditional education and the modern education both should be given equal importance. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, candidate D, for your good conclusion. Now, let me begin by stating that as a candidate A, I agree that digital education has made a student life easier than traditional education. This is due to the fact that, first of all, it's improved communication with a lecturer and peers. When teachers are overworked, it is difficult for them to communicate with their student in traditional education. There's a lot of pressure to do assignment before exams, and large class make one-on-one interaction impossible. Technology has the potential to transform classroom into an information network. Online classes, for example, are typically smaller than traditional classes. Most online learning platforms allow one student at a time, which allow for more content and feedback between you and professor in virtually all circumstances. For your knowledge, online communication is preferable for students who are struggle to talk in class because too shy or other factors, as they allow for a more thorough and clear conversation with classmates. Aside from that, there are now technological solutions that allow school and college to create their own personalized system, making it much easier for students and faculty to manage schedule, stay up to date with news and announcement, set assignment, quiz and tests, download notes, and view assignment deadline at any time. Lecturer can also submit assignment in a logical and progressive manner. My second point is that a digital platform can make student life easier by allowing students to access material via clever research engines and cloud storage rather than scoring the library for reference books. When you use reference or quotes, you can easily access a wealth of knowledge. As a result, are able to research and assimilate more concepts because they save time obtaining information. When students learn online, they can be self-direct. They can do their best research on a topic or find relevant knowledge by browsing through a lot of information. For instance, students should be able to use the internet for research purpose, as well as use e-books provided by lecturer and reference material. E-book style textbooks are typically less expensive than traditional paper textbooks, making them more accessible to students. Not only that, but if the correct platform is used, students will able to master diverse things in less time. Let's move on to the next topic. Next point, sorry. One of the most major benefits of technology is the ability for students to learn at their own pace, or that called self-direct learning. Some students will pick up new concepts quickly, while others will take longer to process material and integrate ideas. Because they can adapt quickly, more excellent students can advance to the next level by employing technology, whereas others can use alternative learning method. Students who are sluggish will not be fragmented by a lack longer by a barrier. Because study time is no longer a barrier, they can easily follow their friends and practice after school. For example, the pace of the class always set by student in the middle. If you are advanced, you have to wait for others to catch up. If you are struggling, sometimes you can get behind because you are just not enough time to catch you up. According to the statement, self-learning also include reviewing record content from previous classes. It's also simple to see why. If you miss something in the course, you can simply rewind and catch up later. Students can watch the video as many times as they want, whenever they want. For example, say you didn't quite understand a point that the teacher was making, but in order to get the lesson of the lesson, you need to understand that point. When the lesson is recorded, you can take time to expand on that point on your own. They revisit the lesson to further cement when you miss. Last but not least, student life also made easier by digital education, which allow them to study or attend class from anywhere in the world. This eliminates the need to commute from one location to another or adhere to a strict timetable. Furthermore, not only do you save time, but you also save money, which you may use toward other things. The virtual classroom can be accessed from anywhere in the internet connection. For example, if you on vacation and need to attend class or submit an assignment, all you have to do is find a decent and steady internet connection, and yes, you are set to go. So to summarize, I feel that digital education has made student life a lot easier, and students will benefit greatly from all those development because today, students will approach the future with an open mind and limitless number of options available to them. What do you guys think?
I agree. Modern learning can reduce the burden on students. There are many factors that say that with the showing of modern learner, each student can reduce the cost of learning. This is said because students do not have to go to the class, buy public transport, find accommodation, or be away from their job when attending online classes. These classes are also less expensive than studying in the classroom. This is because students can save money in terms of the food cost that burden each student every year. In addition to cutting the cost of education, modern learning also can decrease the cost of course material. This can be seen in some training classes where a certain environment need to be created. I can see and hear how a process goes without having to leave my house or office. Finally, the infinite method is a major factor in the benefit of modern learning. This can be seen in the way there are so many ways in which different course material can be presented to students with various electronic learning technique. By using audio, video, graphic, and animation, it's easier to get some component to the student. For example, there are several applications that can be used by students, such as Zoom, Google Meets, MS Teams, and others. That's all from me, and now Candidate C can continue our topic. Thank you.
Alright, thank you to Candidate B. Okay, right now I want to share with all you guys what my point is. I agree that digital education has more advanced than traditional education. Because in digital education, okay, students have more flexibility on time and are less costly compared to traditional ones. Okay, for example, in traditional education, you would need to purchase a book, textbook, exercise book, okay? However, in digital education, everything is contained in your phone or laptop, right? So you can accomplish anything with your device. So digital education learning provides better context, a greater sense of perspective, and more engaging activities than traditional education methods because it's far more interactive and memorable than voluminous textbook or one-side lectures. This allows students to better connect with the learning material. Secondly, they provide better context, a greater sense of perspective, and more engaging activities than traditional education methods. This allows students to better connect with the learning materials. So, other than that, it can make students become smarter. Okay, why become smarter? The reason is because learning tools and technology enable students to develop effective self-directed learning skills. They are able to identify what they need to learn, find and use online resources, and apply the information to the problem at hand. and even evaluate the resultant feedback. This increase their efficiency and productivity. Okay, in addition to engaging students, okay, digital learning tools and technology sharpen critical thinking skills, which are the basis for development of analytic reasoning. Subsequently, okay, students can understand the topics very easily, so they can remember the concept for a longer period of time. Okay, and that it's the smarter way to learn the proper knowledge. Okay, student in online course can join any online study group and collaborate with their peers to learn faster and better. Then it is because there is no doubt that digital education has made our life easier and more convenient. It provides a new facility to make our life easier than in the past. Okay, that's all from me for this point. Let's go through to the next candidate, D, AZFAR, to discuss the point that he gets. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you to candidate C. I will start my presentation. My task is modern education is to get it done faster. First and foremost, I'd like to clarify what it means to get it done faster. It means that we can do a task more easily and swiftly. As a result, I agree that modern education can assist pupils in completing their job more quickly. My first argument is that there is a lot of material available. This is due to the fact that students only need to write the topic they want to look for. For example, search on Google and a variety of link source will appear from numerous places. Students can also compare and contrast the many sources provided. It also makes it easy for pupils to prepare essay and other assignments. Previously, students had to think about source and data on their own to order to write an essay. Pupils must have prior experience. My second point is that modern schooling has internet applications that help us execute our job more efficiently. This tool might make it easier for students to create report or presentation. This is due to the fact that these apps offer a variety of features. Make a report using an existing booklet, for example. Furthermore, it is simple to use for pupils who are new to these programs. Furthermore, students can reduce this time by using applications that provide a variety of features for students other. My third point is that it's simple to deliver assignments to students. This is because students simply need to submit their work to the instructor in Microsoft Teams or everywhere, anything else. Prior to this, student must send the assignment directly to the professor. As a result, for my conclusion is, I'm going to get it done sooner. I feel that make it easy to search the internet, use online application, and really summarize reports will speed up the process. My second conclusion is that the government in conjunction with the 12th Malaysian Plan and the inspiration given to the Malaysia family by our 9th Prime Minister, Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri, develop the economy, improve people quality of life, and most importantly, maintain education for the next generation. Thank you. That's all for me.
I completely agree with you, candidate D, that an online application to simplify our tasks, such as free templates and ready website, is necessary because students are now very creative and smart in preparing assignment given by lecturer by finding and using free templates. They are already available in most applications, with the goal of saving time and gain the attention of lecturer to give high marks. What do you guys think?
Okay, I'm sorry, candidate A, AIMAN, but I think I agree with candidate B by ALIF that he says can make student burden less because the main points that he gave, and I really agree, is that it can decrease the cost of materials because everything is on the phone right now, right? So we can do everything with the phone, such as you can chat with your friends, attend a quiz, attend a meeting, okay, class, and so on. Okay, so you can do the assignment too. Okay, if the lecturer want you to present, use the PowerPoint, you can use your phone to do a PowerPoint. So it can burden less of students. So if you don't have laptop, you can use your handphone, but it takes a long time, but it's okay. I think that. How about you guys?
Sorry, I want to interrupt. I am more interested and more support to candidate C to support the candidate B, ALIF. The point candidate B is modern education can save student money in terms of the food cost that burden is student every year. This is because many families are experiencing economic problem because this pandemic COVID-19 has caused many parents to lose their jobs to support their family life. That's all.
I guess my point is very accurate to say that modern learning reduce the burden on students while living in this pandemic era.
Basically, candidates B statement on how diverse course material might be delivered to students using various electronic learning strategy is excellent because smartphones have advanced to the point when they are able to be a laptop. Students may now do assignments or edit video on their smartphones, which is fortunate for those who do not have access to laptop or computer. Okay, I think the time is up for now, and I'm wrapping up this discussion. It seems that many agree with point candidates B, right? So I finally agree with other candidates that point candidates B is better than the others. I will end the discussion today with thank you and Assalamualaikum.
Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.